Back to the NFL we go as OTAs this week for the Jets. Second-year quarterback Sam Darnold taking the field, working with his second coach in as many seasons, Adam Gase. And here he is earlier this week talking about working with his new head coach.
It's been really fun to be able to learn a new offense and kind of understand what Coach Gase wants to do, how aggressive he wants to be, but really, making sure that we take a step back and realize, it's not going to be perfect day one or day two or day three. This week it was definitely a process. That's the word I would use to describe it, but and it's going to be throughout OTAs and throughout this little mini camp.
Cam and Monica joining me here. So for Sam Darnold, as I mentioned, his second season in the NFL, already his second head coach, which means another system for him to learn. This is why OTAs are important.
Yeah, definitely. And you heard Darnold say it right away. It's going to be a process. And with the process comes time. Right? It's going to take some time for him to get comfortable within the offense. But the more film he watches, the more conversations he has with Gase, and just he gets the reps out there with OTAs, it's just going to allow him to make different reads and have a little variation within his own style to make it fit his personality as a quarterback out there for the offense.
And Gase having that background as a quarterback whisperer, the different quarterbacks that he's worked with already, Monica, these two have to be on the same page. With all the stuff going on with the Jets and all the drama that happens with the Jets, nothing matters if he gets the most out of Sam Darnold.
Indeed, and you read reports and you hear that for Maccagnan and Gase, one of the things they did agree on was Sam Darnold. And to a degree, Gase was excited to have the opportunity to work with a quarterback who he thought had tons of upside. And so that's the most important relationship, right? Your coach, your quarterback. And people seem to see this kid as someone who has talent. I know last year may have caused folks to bristle a little bit when you look at his production and his numbers, but the upside, there's upside. I think you get through your rookie year. If that's the bottom, then, you've got plenty to grow into and to look forward to in your career.
The main thing is stability for a young quarterback. Absolutely. Definitely. And also, again, working with somebody that has had success with other quarterbacks. We know Adam Gase has. The biggest name, of course, Peyton Manning. And he spoke about working with Adam Gase and said, I'm pulling for Adam. I think he can do a lot of good things for Sam Darnold. Adam helped me out a lot. I was a veteran quarterback. Adam is a good teacher. He's a fundamentals guy, and I think will serve Sam real well. Fundamentals is important, obviously. Yeah. Now, again, Gase had his best success with Peyton Manning. He has worked with other quarterbacks as well. But the key to me is you can't make that comparison to can he turn Sam Darnold into Peyton Manning.
Glad you said it.
Relax. It's just like
glad you said it.
Right, for anybody thinking that.
Is get the most out. Again, when he worked with Manning, it was late in Manning's career. Right. He had this shoulder issue, but he did have that record season with Denver. So there is production that you see from that system. But he has to allow Sam Darnold to be himself and not try to – and we can't watch it looking for him to become the next Peyton Manning.
And not only creating success with Peyton Manning with that great season that he had in Denver, but he also had success in Chicago with Jay Cutler. Cutler had his personal best quarterback rating at 92. And if you're able to turn Jay Cutler and make him –
But we don't want to talk about
I was about to say.
I'm just if you're able to do that, then listen. If you can work with Peyton Manning, have Jay Cutler play well – this future has to be right with the Gase and Sam Darnold relationship. It has to be. It gives you hope.
Well, to me, that's for Gase.
Plenty to hope.
That's really it, isn't it? Like if we're going to judge him on anything, it's what Sam Darnold turns into, more than Sam Darnold with Gase.
And as much as Gase is that teacher that Manning admires, you bring up those stats with Cutler. It's Darnold, though. Darnold has a big piece of this puzzle, not a puddle. He's got to get on the field. He's got to get in the film room. He's got to study. Not only does he have to have that relationship with Gase, but he's got to study his guys, right? Like, who are you getting the ball to? Where are they best at? Like, it's the whole thing.
But that's part of being a quarterback.
It is. All of it is part of being a quarterback.
But never mind that. It's also who you're getting it to. Exactly. Who are you getting it to?
We got some
the
question
weapons
marks
around you. Receivers, they got some decent receivers, but having Le'Veon Bell certainly should be something that helps Sam Darnold early on in his career. Now, we mentioned Peyton Manning, and of course, rumors the connection that Adam Gase had with Peyton Manning, that as the Jets now are looking for a general manager, a lot of people floated out the thought, well, maybe Peyton Manning is going to be the next general manager. Wow. Maybe he'll run the team. And Peyton did actually tell the New York Post that he never heard from the Jets, and there was no conversation at all, and also said, I don't think I'm qualified for the job anyway. Putting that to rest, but it is interesting. A guy like Peyton Manning running the franchise.
This is you. I'm putting this right back on you, dude. Would you want that?
Let me just jump in and just say this.
Like, Peyton Manning, that call.
You would you?
Yeah, but him saying that he's not qualified, really, Peyton, you're not qualified.
I appreciate that.
Let's just go down your resume.
I appreciate that.
Being humble.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. No, I don't know that. I take him at his word. I think when you're someone like Peyton Manning who has achieved success at an elite level, you don't step into anything unless you feel like you are absolutely prepared to take it back to that level. Let's not forget what's happening in Lakerland, okay? So, like, when you talk about qualifications, maybe Peyton legitimately feels like, yeah, I know football and can win football games on the field, but what goes in behind the scenes? Yeah, I'm good.
But you know what? Wouldn't it be pretty good to have him as an advisor, though?
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's your connection. And if Peyton Manning will call the Jets owner on behalf of Adam Gase, maybe he'll spend some time with the quarterback.
I just feel like those are such vastly different roles.
If I'm Sam Darnold, I'm picking up the phone. Hey, Peyton, you sure you don't want to consider being over here with us?
He does have Eli in the same state, in the same city, but maybe Peyton will come around and help out the Jets. So it could be a little Manning rivalry between these two teams. Who knows? But anyways, that's the state of the Jets right now.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.